Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
You. Just going to ask you this. What database does NetSuite use? Oracle. It's always Oracle. Yeah, okay. And because we don't have access right to the database. So if you're using any sort of data, any ETL tool, or even through SQL Developer, also you can. Using JDBC connection, we can connect to the NetSuite database. But again, you can just retrieve information. So you can do select, nothing else. Oh, you can do an ODBC connection to the database. Sorry, you can do a ODBC connection to the database. Yes, but you can only retrieve information, you can only select, or you can't do insert, update, or anything. So can you walk us through, maybe sometime later, not the ODBC, but at least how the database looks and how do we? I mean, what type of is it? Obviously it is table structure, right? Yeah. So do you have any documentation of what tables are there in distribution, manufacturing those areas? In terms of So I will say yes, I think I should have, because I worked on such requirement once, where I build, like certain reports based on this data. So I believe I should have. But let me check in, get back to you. Yeah, take your time. Before our morning session, I should have something sure. And if you have any type of architecture, how NetSuite is built, how do I say this? NetSuite architecture diagram. Yeah, is there something like that? Because in all the ERPs, right, and I don't know about Oracle, EBS, but SAP and JD, and all you will have a solid architecture diagram. You know how the data flows between the servers. Different. I haven't. I have architecture diagrams where NetSuite, if it's the entire system architecture, when NetSuite is there and the applications are there, how they integrate. But within NetSuite, let me think I should be able to get something sure. NetSuite architecture diagram, and how to connect, or how does this table structure and everything look like? Correct, because if you can. Certainly I will do that. So in terms of testing, right? So I will show you one client script, which is one more thing since you brought up the testing piece, right? You know our software implementer, right? I don't know, they are a little light on testing side. You know how, after we convert the data and what to be tested in each module, right? So do you have, by any chance, in your past implementations, do you have a list of what has to be tested? We are a very regulated industry, so we have a solid test plan. Okay, so every scenario within, let's say, for sales order right, every scenario where, whether it might be a STOT, transfer between warehouses, transfer between subsidiaries, as you mentioned. So everything you know, every order type you know. There is a sales order type, different types of order type. You know codes, everything. You know how you do the testing and the flow. Have you heard about UPK Oracle? UPK no. You know, Oracle has been stored in UPKs, so we have that far. We go that far because my previous company was the OEM manufacturers of guide wires, stents, and you name it. You know pacemakers. So they manufacture for different companies like Medtronic, Boston Scientific, Johnson & Johnson, all these huge companies. So we have to go through those stringent rules, and you know what they put forward with us. You know, this is what it has to look like. You know they have to approve it because we manufacture for them. So I come from that background in IU. We usually have a very solid test plan, you know so. Do you by any chance, do you have a list of? I don't need any scripts, but test scripts. But you know, maybe on a high level. This has to be tested in each module. Maybe I'm asking too much, I guess. But you know you don't need to answer me today, or maybe we can talk later. Also, let me check if I have something like that. Understood. So you can view the code also what is being deployed. Yes, I mean you can view the code that is there. You can view all the scripts and everything but test plan, I believe. So what? What is the activity which is happening right now? So, like you're migrating data from one system to NetSuite, we have a homegrown system. It's been there for 20 years, and they are moving to NetSuite right. So this is an entire data migration activity. It is, and eventually you know everyone will get all the company-wide, they'll get trained, and you know all that. And with the data, what we have, the master data. Right now we have master data in our sandbox, but when we do some transactions, when we configure the system properly, you know that we are configuring it right now, as we speak, but it will take some time, about a month or so, to get things done, and at the same time, they will be doing some customizations and integrations. We have some solid integrations going into the system. So that will all be done by next month, and so after that you know our test. There are 2, 3 different tests, Q1, Q2, Q3. So yeah, if there is nothing, don't worry. You know, don't I? I might ask someone who is also familiar with the NetSuite here. But the point is, the point is I have not worked on the testing side. I've done unit testing and all, but okay. Well, no, that's an idea where there used to be different testing team always. But I can definitely, check some of my colleagues who have joined the QA part, and then I can give that to you. Absolutely, and so on. This let's say on a sales order, right on the sales order module. Here. Can we see the underlying code? How they have written this code for the sales order? No, the only thing we can see is the page XML if you want. Page XML like object in an XML structure.
And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.